What's up, everybody? As already promised the last time, we have another set of Overwatch casts, the North American versus the Europe team, still with our team names, but this time already with a bit of an improved observing. I was told afterwards that there's a couple of hotkeys that you can use to actually switch from the third-person perspective into the player view, because one of the things that was still a little bit awkward was just like the observing of an individual hero, and that's exactly what we're going to improve on today. The casting itself is also going to be slightly different, but it's still going to be roughly on the same level. So if you watched the last video, you will see an improvement, but I once again want to remind everybody that this is super early in the beta. So the casting and also like the observing is of course going to just like improve a whole lot, especially once that Blizzard puts hand onto the observer mode. There's so many things that you can do, like for example predetermined positions for several free floating cameras so that you can switch around them. You can also just have some, I don't know, some indicator at the side, for example, that shows you when exactly a hero is going to use a heroic ability and ultimate, and then just like jump in immediately to check that out. It's incredibly important when you're watching McCree, for example, when you're looking at Pharah or something along those lines. And also, we are going to probably avoid a few of the first-person cameras in the future, like for example Winston and Tracer, since those are two of the heroes that make it sometimes a bit hard to follow if you are in the first-person camera. And when you suddenly switch from a free-floating camera into that view, and then you have one of these either melee heroes or these super agile heroes, then it's pretty easy to get confused there a bit. But as I said, here's the games here for today, and I hope that you enjoy them, of course. So let me know what you think about it and have some fun with Overwatch. Alright, everybody, welcome to our next game here. It's actually like game number 2. The first game was won by the attackers in this case, and once again we're having of course the choke point right over here, which is going to be absolutely crucial. The defense is already getting into positions, the attackers are leaving their door just a bit later. And right now, as you can already see, it's an attempt to just like burst through all of this with a double Winston. We have the double Winston secured for the European team. We actually see Clock on it at this point, or actually for the NA team. Clock, IID and Tailspin are the two who are trying to go for the double Winston play here. And as we've been saying before, Winston is an amazing tank when you're trying to be agile and just like dart in. But on the other side, we're also having Sturmy now on a Bastion. And Bastion alone is of course pretty awesome because he can dish out so much damage. And if you have like one of those on-point positions, then he's extremely crucial. The Hang in this case is starting to play on Tracer, and that's of course where he's going to try and just like dash in. The two Winstons are going to be absolutely crucial here for the defense. We are already up in the back line here, the setup with Bastion, and Bastion is already trying to get a couple of kills in here. It's not really working out for him just yet, but so far is actually doing pretty well. So right now the position is still the same. Matt is looking currently for an opportunity to maybe get a shot in. He's waiting for that kill shot and is now moving in straight away from the back line as the Winstons are wreaking havoc in the back. He is moving in, but has to deal now also with the attackers here. Nice headshot here already. Gets the first kill, gets the second one, and everybody here just going straight for the point, and the US guys with a very solid attack right off the bat. Just look at that, they just maul them down. No chance for the Europeans to secure the spot, and now they just like start to push in once again, going straight for the point here. They want to finish this early, and the double Winston is definitely helping them here. Minstrel and Clock are on the point. This could be one of the shortest maps that we have seen so far today. The Europeans desperately trying to hold the point, and they are finally able to pull this off. We of course have now also another Reaper in the game, and Slanish has now finally been able to make a few plays here happen. He goes for a very similar approach to what we've seen in the last game, starting to move up to the top to just like secure himself a spot where he can fire from above. Oh, and Matt for a second was like peeking over, but nearly taken out there. It's again, of course, that play where he's attempting to just like show his skills as one of the best snipers that we currently have in the game here. That's exactly what he's doing from the back. He's just like zipping all over the place with his grapple hook, and they are already on the point again. The US team is just playing such a great aggressive play. Let's TP's up, takes him down, but the resurrect already happening thanks to Mercy, and just look at this aggression. They are so damn good. They take it. The attackers win the game. One of the shortest matches that we've seen thus far. Really well played here. Double Winston, the Hang zipping in, and Cool Matt with a damage boost, just taking them out from behind, taking also the play of the game here once again. Alright everybody, we are in the next game. This time we are on Hanamura and we still have to like zip around a bit. Once again, when you're giving feedback, please keep in mind that we're just like trying to experiment a bit with how exactly these things go. Of course, it's going to be like 2 attacks again, and we're currently also seeing another Reaper in play. And I can't help myself, but I personally think that Reaper is actually like pretty cool to observe because it's just like a lot of fun to see him go in for the kills. I've played the hero quite a bit and I have to admit that I'm not really the biggest fan. I think I stink pretty much at the controls of him, but in general he is one of the really strong characters that we have right now in the game. Sometimes the observing thing is actually just zipping into views even without me not using anything, so I'm not quite sure about that. But yeah, we have already a Bastion set up, so Clock is currently trying to secure the room here, and he has a very good vision on everything that's happening right now. I'm pretty sure that later on we're going to see Coolmat again with the defense on another Widowmaker, but in this case already here he's using the hero and is trying to get the first few shots in. He's absolutely amazing when it comes to his Widowmaker play, and he's of course very eager to just showcase that once again. This is one of those maps where it's going to be extremely important to just like move in with one of those Reinhardts, and that's exactly where they're taking most of the damage. But already the attack here at the side taken out. Nice charge here as well. De Hang is trying to get into position, especially of course with this Reaper, to maybe take some of those backliners out, especially when he gets a good look at the snipers. That's what he's currently trying to aim for. As long as we still have, look at Tracer here just zipping around, but we have Coolmat just switching positions the entire time. He's an absolutely excellent player when it comes to that. He's never in one position for like too long. He's always just swishing around. Once again, the double tank combo is starting to move in here. Tailspin actually with a very aggressive charge is already in the middle of things and is getting charged into the ground. The Reinhardt versus Reinhardt battle already lost. When we're looking at our Widowmaker player again at Clockwork, he got eliminated and has now to move back onto the point where we already have wins. He's also starting to move back in again, but Farah is trying to secure that here once more. So Hink is doing extremely well here, keeping a bit of a hang on what's going on with Reaper. But the Reaper player is one of the few that the defense has now to secure that spot, but they are starting to lose the point and it's channeled again. That's not going to work out for them at all. Reaper, of course, a great tank killer, but in this case he might be in a bit too much trouble, already using his shift here to get away, and moves away pretty quickly. So job really well done so far from the attackers. They've actually been able to take this point quite quickly and are now starting to move into the next position, trying of course to win the game here. Attack in general in this game so far seems to oftentimes have a bit of an upper hand. Coolmat with the defense is still on his sniper, is trying to just control all of the entrances, but it's not really easy. McCree at the front also in a pretty decent spot right now. Clock is doing amazing work on him now too. Again a position switch on Coolmat, and he actually gets a very nice kill assist here. But we have the attackers again on the point, already starting to channel that, and that's not going to make it easier for the defense here. They're losing hero after hero. Lucio is down, McCree has died now too. Tailspin is doing whatever he can, just like swinging the hammer, and Minstrel in the back is keeping him alive. Great play here by Minstrel and Tailspin. The two of them have been able to make most of this happen on their own, especially of course the heals on Mercy have just kept the tank alive for so long. Now the attackers have to just group up again and try to move in once more, and we already have an attempt to just like take out McCree up here at the top from Farah. So far a pretty decent position for her, but the problem of course is that McCree is just waiting for her to just like peek around the corner once again. McCree is up at the top here, waiting for an opportunity to get those shots in. And when we're talking about snipers and getting shots in, then we are also, of course, talking about, again, Coolmat, who is sniping his heart out now, but he doesn't get a kill yet here against Lucio. But the Hang is now jumping in as well, putting additional pressure on Lucio, and he is not able to secure that kill just yet, but will probably in a second. Lucio is actually down. Coolmat healed up at the top, and there's already the damage boost that we're seeing. We've been talking about this quite a bit this game in the last few matches. Nice charge here on both of those Reinhardts, but of course with the Reaper being in position, he is able to just do a lot of damage. Switches out immediately. Reinhardt is still on the spot though, but from the back we have a nice kill attempt here again by the Reaper. That ragdoll there flying around, no chance for survival. And in this case, the defense has been able to secure that spot once again. Farah is already back to business, and the entire attacking team is getting in for the next try. They could try to flank from the sides now. They have been very aggressive at the front, but now we have already Tracer zipping in immediately. Sturmy once more, of course, on the hero, and he's getting a very good handle on McCree here. They maw him down, really well done, and he jumps back into the base, and that might be the exact
exactly the chance that they've been waiting for, but nope, the kills from the Hang. Reaper moves in for another defense, maybe already zips up to the top with this teleport, but doesn't secure the kill against Pharah just yet. Needs to move back once again, but that was a very nice position here. Ink at the top with this Pharah play is doing a lot of damage. Tailspin still on the point, and what looked at the beginning like a very promising attempt to take the point this time once again failed for the attackers. We have just very solid positioning here for the NA team, making sure that they are always having Reaper in position together with Coolmat to secure a few kills, and Tailspin as the tank on point together with the heals on Mercy has been doing just extremely well. Tailspin in this case still on his Reinhardt, and we also have Reinhardt still played on the attacker side. Hall is trying to push to the front, and the Hang is already in position to help out Widowmaker here. They're just moving in as two and try. He's teleporting up to the top again. He doesn't have the heroic up yet, but he could probably use that soon. Talking about heroics, we have now also a Soldier with his heroic ability. He has to rush in, and that's of course one of the great things that he has in his arsenal. That sprint ability that he can use when he's not in combat is absolutely amazing. Already attempting to take Reaper down here. That didn't really work just yet. We have also Winston, and Winston has his heroic ability where he can just simply stun everybody in range. So if he gets a good charge in and gets the stun, then they might be able to get those initial 1 or 2 kills that they need to really secure that point. On the other hand, we are also seeing McCree with his heroic ability up and ready, and if he goes for the high noon, then he should get an easy kill here. Once again, Sturmy is in position. Nice attempt to stun him out with a grenade, but that didn't really work, and Sturmy is already zipping in again. Ink from the top with a very nice kill against McCree now. Very well done here. Good job. Sturmy swooping in again, but taken out. Gets the kill though. He has the grenade in, but not the kill. Now they take down Reinhardt, and this is maybe the opportunity that the attacking team has been waiting for. Heroic ability already used on the side of Hell. We have the Hang still ready with his own ult, and he could use that. He probably should, because the point is already under pressure. They take out Reinhardt and they go immediately for Lucio, and they might be able to get him now too, especially since Tailspin is back to business already. That revive has definitely done wonders there. Actually, there was not even a revive, was there? Is he actually already back to business? I thought that for a second that they had a Mercy, but they switched over to Lucio. No, they actually do have that Mercy. Alright, so the revive was definitely there. I'm still getting used a bit to the controls that we're having here in the Observer mode. But yeah, so far the Hang especially is looking for a chance to maybe eliminate somebody else. 3 minutes into, well, there's 3 minutes left on the timer. That's of course one of the things that we still have to remember here. The attacking team is not really getting a lot done just yet. They need a bit of a different strategy. Maybe switch a few of the heroes around. Going in with Reinhardt doesn't really seem to work the way that they intend to. He's a great solo tank, but they could also maybe attempt to go for a second tank and add a Winston to just like jump in immediately. Now the attempted kills here already up at the top against especially the Hang, who is giving them a lot of trouble. He's always there with his Reaper, trying to get these kills in, and zipping around once again, teleports up to the top, and is going straight for Soldier, nearly getting that kill. The attackers this time trying to go over the right side. And yeah, well, a Mercy that is very much alone against the Reaper, you can already imagine what that is going to do. Exactly, absolutely nothing. It's one of the worst feelings in the game when you are playing on the support role. You're playing Mercy, and suddenly like the attacker or the tank that you are trying to support is killed, and you are very much alone and exposed to everybody else. It's like one of the shittiest feelings that can happen. Tailspin, Tailspin is such a soldier, isn't he? I mean, he's standing there on point the entire time. He's like, I got this, boys. I got this. Getting a couple of shots, and it's that standoff battle between him and Hell throughout the entire time. Coolmat, by the way, totally on fire here up at top, with just like one hit after another. He's doing so extremely well at this point and is trying to eliminate another couple of heroes. Trying to get kill after kill, and he's always switching his position to make it extremely difficult for the opponent's team to locate him, and also, of course, to get another nice, good aim shots at a few of the entrances. And in this case, he might actually be able to take Pharah out. Pharah is attempting to go in from the side. It hasn't been worked so far, but still, they're trying. Hell is on the point right now, and he's trying to secure that. That also means that the Hang has to move back in. He doesn't even realize what's happening there. Okay, they take him down. They have Winston. Now, Winston is still there. Hell was still on the point for a long time, but now we have them already moving away. Tailspin and the rest of the team securing this position again, but that was definitely a close one. And once again, Lucio is coming back, being taken out. Some of those camera movements, by the way, might seem a bit abrupt, and that's mostly because some of these, sometimes it's just like randomly switches positions, and I don't know exactly why that is. But we are slowly and steadily starting to get the hang of it, and I kind of like that. Again, we're already having Widowmaker trying to position, but let's focus a bit on the attacking team, because they've been trying, and they've been actually starting to switch things around a bit. At this point, we have a sniper duel, and a nice attempt to take Coolmat out finally. But yeah, that didn't work out, and by now I feel like, oh, there's the shot. There's the shot, and a great kill here, winning that sniper duel at least for now. Now, or at least it was close, not quite eliminating it just yet. But Coolmat is in a bit of trouble and had to retreat here. And that might be exactly what they needed, a switch in roles and a hero that can dish out a bit more damage from the backline. But now we have Widowmakers taken out left and right. The Hang and Lucio on the side of the defending team have been eliminated too, by the way. We have McCree played by Clock now, and he's still doing his thing there. Slaanesh, by the way, is also in a very solid position here on his own Widowmaker, doing a lot of damage, but it's only 1 second left. Can they get the overtime? Yes, they get it. They get the overtime, but they might not win the battle after all. The defenders, they lost 2 of their heroes already. 3 of their heroes. This is actually an opportunity for the attackers to maybe win this game after all, but there's only Lucio over here. He needs to buy a bit more time. That's exactly what he's trying to do. Coolmat is now moving in as well, takes Lucio out. Job well done, and overtime is nearly done with, and that would mean that the defenders are going to take this first game. That would be absolutely amazing, and yes, they do it. They take the game here. So the defenders are able to win the match. It's actually the first time in Overwatch here that since we started with those cast tests that the defenders have won it. And the play of the game goes to Clock as McCree here. So once again, we're having the High Noon come into play, and just look at this. Zoning in, and uh-oh, that's a double kill, a triple kill, a quad kill right there. Really well done. Great ult by McCree, and a first victory here for the US team.
So that's it for today, and once again, of course, we had the European team and also North American team playing actually some pretty interesting matches there. The meta is currently also evolving. There's a lot of like aggression with like double Winstons as the tank at the beginning. We have usually a double support as well. Lucio and Mercy are for most of the matches right now the combo, and then it always depends if you are either on the attack or on the defense. We see a lot of Widowmaker play. Pharah is basically part of nearly every composition there, and depending on the situation, we see also like a lot of McCree, even a couple of solo strategies and things like that. So everything is just right now up for grabs. There's a lot of experimenting going on. The developers are actually extremely good, apparently. Every single team that you talk to tells you that they are the ones who really understand the game just so well. And on the one hand, that seems to be a reasonable thing to assume, since it is the developers. They have been able to spend the most time with the game itself. But then again, most of the time when you have a new game, the developers are not really on the top of the list when it comes to like the skill level and the competitive play. They are more catering towards the casuals, at least in a lot of other games. In Overwatch, that seems to be very different, because these guys are currently just like winning everything. But the competitive scene is probably going to catch up soon. Keep in mind, this is only the 5th day of the alpha, of the beta actually in this case, so there's still some time to improve. I hope that you enjoyed the video today. If you did, then give the video a thumbs up, and also subscribe to the channel if you want to see a bit more content. Let me know in the comments what you thought, and I'm going to make sure that we're going to improve on all these little details for the next cast as well. Thank you for watching, and have a great one. Bye-bye.